Oregon defensive coordinator for years, now with the Pac-12 network. He joins us. I'll save Oregon, Washington for a little bit. Let's start on defense, Coach, and talk about USC. Headed to South Bend this weekend. Can the defense hang there against Notre Dame? We saw the problems against Arizona this past weekend.
Yeah, they've struggled. I'm talking about USC's defense. They've really struggled. I don't see Notre Dame, or they haven't shown me that they're just a team that scares me throwing the ball. And SC seems to have a little bit more problems with their pass defense than their rush defense. And even though Notre Dame could do a little bit of both of those, I don't see the passing threat from Notre Dame that has given them the problem. So they're going to score 35 to 40 points. That's just what they do with Caleb Williams. And I even expect them to do that against Notre Dame, even though Notre Dame's a good team. So I think they'll hold up because they could put enough points on the board.
There's something out of Arizona that you saw last week that Notre Dame could implement, but with their athletes be much more effective against this Trojans offense?
Yeah, I think, absolutely. Notre Dame has a stronger defense. There's no doubt about that. USC got off to a very uncharacteristic slow start and had to fight back that whole way, and we're very lucky to win that game. And so if they get off to that start again, they could be in big trouble. But I just don't see – Notre Dame hasn't shown me, and I don't watch all their games like I do all the Pac-12 teams, hasn't shown me that they have this great ability to score a lot of points. And I just think SC, with all their weapons, is going to score at least 4 touchdowns. So it'll be interesting to see if Notre Dame could keep up. But defensively, yeah, they're a much better team, that being Notre Dame, than Arizona.
Coach Nick Aliotti joining us, Pac-12 network analyst. Let's talk about a couple of good defenses, Coach. UCLA, Oregon State this weekend. Oregon State's laying 3.5, but maybe the surprise of the conference as far as a unit would be this UCLA defense, Coach.
Absolutely. UCLA, they looked fantastic. We were at that Washington State defense, looked very, very good. They were extremely stout with their they were able to rush 3 and 4 men most of the time, and that's the best of both worlds, guys, when you could rush 3 or 4 and play maximum coverage, especially against a team like Washington State. Now, that being said, I think Oregon State poses a different problem because Oregon State is very good at running the ball, and playing at home, an Oregon State team at home is even more dangerous. And they do a great job of running the ball, play action pass, and Jonathan Smith is always going to have a couple tricks or wrinkles that can cause some issues. But to this point, Notre Dame, surprisingly, because they have a lot of new faces on their defense, has been outstanding on defense. Now, the thing I worry about, jumping ahead here a little bit, is will the freshman quarterback, that being Dante Moore for UCLA, you saw where he had problems against Utah on the road. He's going to face that same issue. Not as stout a defense, but a good enough defense. And Oregon State's a tough place to play on the road.
Coach, you mentioned Oregon State. DJ Uiagalelei, what is your assessment on how he's performed under Jonathan Smith? The two tailbacks are just outstanding when you look at what they're able to do between Fenwick and Martinez.
You know, he's been off and on, hot and cold, DJ, that is. I thought against Cal, though, if you had an opportunity to see that game or go back and watch the game, which I did this week, he threw a couple passes that I haven't seen him throw in quite some time, kind of a corner route about 25, 30 yards down the field where he laid it right in there. And if DJ can play at that level and that with that consistency, then I think Oregon State becomes a much, much scarier team. But right now, they rely, that being Oregon State, on the run and play action pass. They're not asking them to win the game. They're asking them to just not, I hate to say it this way, pretty much not screw it up. And they're trying to stay ahead of the chains with their run game and their boots in the short passing game.
Okay, Coach, let's get to it. Oregon, Washington, maybe the most anticipated matchup of the year. Just two great teams, two balanced teams. Let's start there. Which one, Oregon or Washington, which one is the more balanced team, both offensively and defensively?
Oregon. And I don't say that because I spent my career at Oregon. I try to be very truthful in my analysis and what I see. Oregon, to me, first of all, let's put it this way. Offensively, they rush for over 200 yards a game, and they pass it for over 250 to 300 yards a game. Okay, so they have a much more balanced offensive attack. Defensively, I think they're a little bit ahead of Washington in their overall defense, and they appear to have a better secondary than they had last year. So Oregon is a more balanced team, but Washington's at home, and that's where it makes it very difficult to say, hey, who's going to win this football game? Because I think the home field advantage always gives you, a pause as to when it's this close as who has the upper hand. But if you ask me who's more balanced, without a doubt, Oregon is a much more balanced team.
Coach, you're a former defensive coordinator. How difficult is it when you are Washington and you've got to protect against Bo Nix on 3rd down and 3 and the play breaks down in his scrambling ability? What does he present for Washington that could be a real challenge in this game aside from just overall ability?
Anytime, gentlemen, you have a quarterback that when you have everything stopped, so to speak, and a guy can scramble out of it and run for the first down or extend the play by staying alive, because Bo's that kind of athlete, and keep his eyes downfield where he can complete a pass, it's extremely dangerous. One of the toughest things to defend against is a mobile quarterback that can also really throw it, and Bo could do both of those things. So both teams have their hands full as far as defensively. I think the team that offensively really, and it's not anything that you guys don't know, the team that doesn't turn it over probably is going to end up winning that game because it's that close.
Coach, the Duck is going to be doing a lot of BS push-ups this weekend. We know that, correct? Now, the question is, Washington's offense, how good are they? Are they good? Are they great? Are they exceptional? The best offense in college football right now? Where are the Huskies?
They are outstanding, maybe the best I've seen in a long time when it comes to throwing the ball. They have an outstanding passing attack. They have 3 great receivers in Ndunze, McMillan, and Polk. And Penix has been on fire. Penix might throw the best pass of anybody playing in college football right now as far as a pure passer, pure thrower. So they're very dangerous. The thing they're going to have to do, though, is run the ball a little bit. And Penix is more of a pocket passer than what you see out of Bo with boots and scrambles and stuff. Penix seems to want to not scramble as much and try to push the ball down the field. So, but as far as throwing the ball, Washington is as good as there is and very explosive because they can strike quick with their passing game.
Coach Aliotti, Pac-12 Network Analyst. It's going to be awesome. Oregon, Washington there on Lake Washington this weekend. Coach, we'll be watching you. Enjoy the games this weekend. Thank you.
Thank you guys for having me on. Have a great day.
Thank you.
You too. Thank you, Coach.
Go to VSiN.com/subscribe to become a VSiN Pro subscriber today.